Today, Brent is bringing you one of his favorite streamers. Tube flies offer the angler several options of rigging for different situations. Brent will demonstrate and describe these setups for you in this tying video. Let's get the materials you need to tie the fly. We are using small HMH tubing, and the fly is tied with 6/0 white flat thread. The body is flash and slinky fibers in white and brown. The accent colors are H2O flashy slinky fine in tan, brown, and black. The front of the fly is Cineo's laser dubbing in salmon pink, minnow belly, yellow, and sculpin olive. The head is finished with UV resin, and the 14-inch Mirage Ultra eyes are attached with JB Super Weld. String your leader through the tube, snell on a sharp beak hook, and you are ready for some great streamer action.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to another segment on the bench. Here we're bringing you a tube fly here, a nice little streamer. These are a great way to fish. If you haven't tried tubes, you might want to give this some consideration. I really like the tube flies for the way I can bring the hook to the rear. I can have it facing up, facing down. Basically, I've taken my 5-inch HMH tube, cutting it down. Little fly like this, the 2-inch fly, I'm going to be using 1¼ inch sections. Then I take a little flex tube. It comes with it. I just push that on the end of the tube. Then I snell my 1X tippet on there. Just push that in just a little bit just to hold it. And the fish bite, a lot of times they'll pull that right out, and that's okay too, because then your fly pattern is up. They're not going to be chewing it. Trout won't do a lot of damage, but if you're getting into some voracious teeth, you can save some flies that way. They'll kind of ride up. So that's the deal. Now, a lot of times these fish in the fall, especially migrating fish, they nip the tail. They don't eat the head like they do. Uh, they're not wanting to eat as much as being protecting their area. I would say they're getting a little more in the defense mode, and they're really not eating it as much. So you want to have them hooks at the rear. Okay, so let's come in here with make sure I got that cut off nice and straight. Sometimes I cut it, it doesn't come off completely straight. 1/4, just 1¼ inches, I should say. I'm putting it in my mandrel, tighten it up. I'm going to tie it back a little ways from the head or the end of it. That all kinds of help me measure all my moves here. Okay, now I'm going to get some of this flash and slinky. This is coarser. This hair in this is kind of a crimped hair. It's this comes out of this is all in one package. That'll do a lot of streamers for you. I'm going to take it, I fold it in half. On the size of your bait fish you want to imitate. You can go all sizes and colors and contours. Tie it on one side here. I'm using Danville's waxed 70 denier flat thread. I don't like waxing my threads, it's already pretty much done. Okay, now I'm coming off the bottom here for my belly. Quite a ways back, that's okay. Now we're going to start moving up, and so here's some more flash and slinky here. Now this is a finer product. This comes from H2O. About a lot of colors of this. So there again, you want to cut it, fold it so you get 2 off each piece there. Then I'll bring it in, taper it a little bit. You lay that on top. Get some good turns on that, and that gets going. Now this, I must say, I learned the hard way too by tying. A lot of times when you're working with different materials, different products of materials, they don't marry. When you get them in the water, they kind of separate. They don't stay together. They can really fool you. So now I'm coming in with a fine. This is a little bit of a lighter brownish gold. Look at all the nice scaly flash in there. This is kind of like the comes alive or whatever we used to call it. It's all in. Now when I tie it on, I'm coming ahead now this little bit of a hump there. That's how I'm going to tie it on right there. And I'll just tease that back a little bit so I get a bit of a taper going, okay? With that, I can use some more of that later. There, so I'm getting my blends the way I want. You can work whatever colors you like in the match your bait fish. Now we'll come in with some of this brown Flash and Slinky. This is the coarser. The hair is crimped. See how bulky that is? It gives you a quick shape in her because the hair is not as fine. That edge is kind of blunt. We want to taper that out. I got to lay that out where I want it there. Coming ahead of the last clump. I'm just going to lay this back. Have a look if it's. I'm just going to taper that back a little too, so I got the shape I want. Do that with your scissor blade. I'm going to tease it out. There. Now we're going to finish the fly up on the bottom. I'll bring in some of my laser dub here in shrimp pink. Make that as long or short as you like. Short, well, then I'll just kind of tease that back again there. Never cut it off. You always kind of use your scissor blade to saw it off. It's tapered. Coming in with some silver minnow belly laser dub. Don't need too much of any of this product. It's a little bit tying streamers, less is more. So just kind of remember that. You don't want to overdo it. It just keeps adding up on you, and all of a sudden, boom, got away. But I like to tie that kind of bit off each side so I get a little more of a flatter belly on them. They ride a lot better in the water. I'll get a little accent color to fill in my sides. I'll just use a little bit of this yellow off the side. Good. There you go. I'll just come on this side. Very little bit. A little bit. Up top. Come back over here. There you go. Now, I just want to touch that up just over the top. I'll take a wee couple more strands of my brown. Or if you want, let me bring in another topping just to make it interesting. If you want to do that, dark green sometimes, blues, blacks. Here's a black Flash and Slinky, very fine material again. Got a little laying on my desk. And I'll just throw that on the top. Put a little pressure on this thread when you're coming back to finish the head. There we go. Put a little solder bone dry on that. And cook that on. Don't matter if it rubs in the fibers a little bit, gives a little more durability. I like that. Streamer fishermen, I'll tell you, you guys know what it's all about. You want a good big fish. These predators are a lot of fun. They're probably my favorite way to fish is streamers. Aggressive takes. And there you go. We're going to need, definitely need some eyes. So you want some, here I'm using some prism eyes. These are Mirage. I'll just get some of my JB Super Weld here. A little dap on there. These actually have a little pupil facing forward. Glue them right on each side. And you've got yourself a great bug. I'm going to show you a bunch more of these. We're going to get some for pike, saltwater species. My first trip to Florida, I fished pretty much tube flies the whole trip. Worked great. I used a lot of other saltwater hooks too, but these are really nice. You can fill your pocket full up with a lot of these different colors and whatever, and they're easy to rig up. Another nice thing I'll just bring to your attention, I find my little hook there where it went, is, oh, here it is. If we were fishing a longer fly, for example, and what you would do then is tie that, want the fly back here, quite a ways back, and then I'll tie it on with a double loop knot, and then jab the knot into the tube, and then that'll carry your, I've only got 1X, but you'd probably have, a heavier weight tippet on there, and you can run it any distance you want from the fly. So you got a lot of options with this, and you can add cones and beads, whatever you want. You can do it right on the water. You don't have to worry about doing it all on your bench. If you want to add some weight, whatever, they're kind of a component system, if you will.
Thanks again to Brent for today's demonstration. You will need to try this type of fly for several species. The possibilities are endless. Thanks for joining us today, and hope to see you back soon for other pro team videos. Check out our web store for flies and sport fishing on the fly swag. Members also have unlimited access to all our TV shows and pro tips.